All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am getting ready to load up and head out to an area I haven't fished before, deep in Trout Creek off of a Dinsmore boat ramp. So new area, wind isn't great, so not exactly a recipe for success, but the main reason I'm going out today is I got a new jack plate slapped on the boat on Friday afternoon. Shout out to Jacob for letting me borrow his tree to hang my chain hoist from, because I don't have any way that I could pick this motor up at my house. But here it is. We got a Bob's Machine kickback jack with a 6-inch setback, and these little pins right here, you pull these out, lets the whole jack plate flip up freely. That way I don't take off a lower unit on an oyster bed or some logs or something during duck season. But yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen that boat, this is it. It's a 16-foot Tracker Prairie Wings with a Mercury 40. Gets around pretty good. Not a speed demon. I'll run about 35, but that's plenty fast for my purposes. Trolling motor is a Minn power drive, or Riptide power drive. 12 volt, 55 pound, 54 inch shaft. Moves the boat around just fine. And then front hatch for storage. I usually leave these are my tackle boxes. This one usually goes in the front hatch, and these two Plano boxes keep all my soft plastics. And then the emergency kit right there, I keep the plug in, fire extinguisher, everything else. Kind of a mess back here right now, so gotta clean that up a little bit. But yeah, so super excited for this new jack plate. Gets me an extra 2 inches of setback, so we should run a little bit faster just for that. And the main reason I did upgrade is because the Atlas Micro was alright, but just didn't perform as well as I wanted it to, and it took a lot of tinkering. Like, you're constantly having to adjust the tension on the bearings to make sure it runs right and doesn't run up cattywampus or anything. So bind up sometimes. There's just a constant having to mess with it to make sure it worked right, especially fishing saltwater with all the corrosion. Sometimes if I took it out of the water for more than a week at a time, it would get stuck and I have to spray some water on there to get it moving again. But yeah, so here's my setup. Again, quick overview. Merc 40, 16-foot boat. Garmin, this is a Striker Vivid 5. And then some push-pull mounts for this nice stiffy guide that I got for $100 somehow. And then my jack plate switch is right here. Yeah, highly recommend having a grab bar jack plate switch. Makes it so much easier than having to reach down to my switch panel over there every time I want to move the jack plate up and down. I have one arm on the tiller, one arm on the grab handle, and not have to bend down in between my legs to move the jack plate up. But all right, that's enough yapping. I'm gonna get the boat hooked up, get on the road, and I'll see you once we get out there. All right. Hello and welcome back. We are out on the water now at Dinsmore boat ramp. It looks super nice out here. It's my first time being here, so we're gonna see how we can do. Run up around, putt around until we see a spot that looks good, but man, this place looks super cool. I bet there's some bass out here too, which unfortunately I don't really have anything for, but always put faith in the good old paddle tail. But anyways, we're gonna start running, and I'll be back when I find a spot that looks good. See you then. It is a gorgeous day to be out here. Hopefully the car noise isn't too bad, but wind is manageable. That's the reason why I came out here. I figured all the trees would kind of give me a break from the northeasterners that blow in this time of year. So if it's good out here, we'll come out here more often. But we're gonna scooch on up into this pocket right here, the bridge, and get started. But it's super nice out. Maybe 75, 80 degrees. Water temp is running anywhere from 78 to 80. We're at about 4.5 feet right now. Probably gonna get more shallow as we come up here, but we're gonna put some casts under the bridge and then work our way back down the river towards the ramp and see what we can do. All right, hopefully you can hear me over these cars, but first cast is going out. Current is ripping. Might have to switch to a 1/4 ounce. Oh yeah, stuck it on the wall. Well, apparently Z-Man sticks to concrete, so for your future reference, if you throw a Z-Man lure at a bridge, it'll stick to it. I'm not really expecting to do anything crazy out here today. Just a gorgeous day, and I wanted to get out, especially since the wind is honestly really manageable around here. See if I can not stick this one to the bridge. There we go. Alright, we got something. Is that a red? That might be. Oh, it is. Heck yeah. Dang, he is dark too up in here. Boat flip. Oh, he swallowed it. Dang, look how dark he is up in here. I guess that makes sense. Being this far up in the river, I think we can get that out of you. There we go. Oh. Easy, buddy. Not a bad little fish. He is dark. One spotter. I'm just glad we caught something. I was not expecting to catch anything out here. All right. Thanks, buddy. He's fired up. I thought I was getting hit over here. I wasn't sure though, because there's a lot of junk in this part of the river. So I thought maybe it was a tree branch, but I saw some mullet jumping over here, so I decided to come over. There's another one right there. So let's see if we can pull another one out. I was using a 3/16 jig head with a Z-Man Diezel minnow, and I switched over to the 3.75 NLBN with a 1/4 ounce. I think that helped out a lot, because I was really having trouble staying on the bottom with a current moving this good. I tossed it right there basically last time. It's just hard to see them out here. No wonder they're so dark. Let's see if we can get another one. So all I've been doing is just putting it right up against the grass line right there and bouncing it, popping it off the bottom on the way back. Because we're about 6 foot right here. If I had to guess, it might be 1 or 2 over there. Even if that's the only fish I catch today, I'm still happy with it. Because I came out here expecting to catch nothing. Or maybe a bass or two. I think that's the first red I've caught knocked down by Head Drive. Yeah, that's definitely the first red I've caught that wasn't somewhere off Head Drive. a little far. Come on, get out of there. We might have to go over there and get that one. Oh no, it's coming. There we go. I think that one's full of grass now. Man, I am just the king of putting this stuff way up in the grass. We'll give it a couple more, and then we're going to move down the river a little bit more. Oof. I was hearing some splashes further back there, but I don't know if I'm brave enough to go back there right now because the tide just started dropping. Man, I used to be a certified NLBN hater, but I mean, I can't lie, they've been producing for me. I'm sure it's not just because it's NLBN, but I don't know. They just stick on the bottom better for me than most of the Z-Mans do. I mean, I still love the Z-Man and I'll always use it, but I'm starting to really like the NLBNs. I think they definitely are overhyped and overpriced, but they get the job done. We got another one. Whatever that is, it looks small. It's fighting a little strong to be a bass. Yep. Another little rat red. We'll take that. That's number 2. Now that one was on a Z-Man, right up in there. The old 3/16 ZWG. He ain't no record, but he's a fish. A little 2-spotter. 3-spotter. Not bad. Better than nothing. Let's see if we can get us another one. It's got to be the Procure. Every time, right after I put on some Procure. That's 2 times in a row. Put some Procure on the NLBN up there, fish. Put some Procure on this one up here, another fish. He was right there up in the grass. Yeah, I might have to come out here more often. This might be my spot on windy days. There's more over there too. Man, I was not expecting to do halfway decent at all out here. And I still got 2 hours to go till I gotta be home for dinner. Man, I fished Trout River all the time. Well, further up Trout River, like down by Lonnie Warren boat ramp. That's pretty much right at the inlet to the St. John's. And I never caught anything out there. And here I am, I don't know, probably 5 more miles down the river from there. I pulled 2 in the past 15 minutes. Just kind of surprising to me. I don't know, maybe it's just because this place doesn't get a lot of pressure. So, I mean, when I was at the boat ramp, I saw maybe 3 or 4 Trouts. A couple of them didn't even have trailers. They were just hanging out at the park. I don't know, I always love finding new places to fish, so we'll take it. And it's a lot nicer. I mean, I love Sisters Creek, but good lord, it just gets packed out there sometimes, especially during the summer. Get all the old credit card captains down from wherever they come from, running out to the Fort George sandbar, and it's just a nightmare sometimes. Especially in a 16-foot john boat, it's not the most friendly environment. But it's good fishing, so we still go out there anyway. I think I'm gonna not be lazy and retie this leader before I lose it. So I will be back. I like to use the, well, actually first, I like to use the FG or the modified Albright. I have been tying some trash FG knots lately. I don't know what's going on, so probably just gonna put an old modified Albright on this one and keep it moving. Be back. All right, so we're scooched down just a little bit, whoops, from where I was at. I just want to talk about my strategy coming out here a little bit. So this is just kind of a send it and figure it out along the way trip for me. Didn't check the tides, didn't check anything but the wind, because the wind was going to be the deciding factor if I even came out here at all today. But what I figured out is out here, at least today, 3-inch to 4-inch paddle tails, and then on the small breaks from the current, I'm throwing on a 3/16 ZWG weedless, and out here along the main creek, I'm throwing the 3.75-inch NLBN on a 1/4 ounce, so I can keep it down as the current's coming at me. Because the Z-Mans are great, they're super durable, but because they're buoyant, they add it's harder to keep them on the ground without a heavier weight. And all I got in my box today is some 1/4 ounce, and a 1/4 ounce was not keeping the Z-Man down on the bottom like I needed it to be. But like I said, the NLBNs don't have that issue. So out here, I'm throwing NLBNs, and then whenever I scooch up into an inlet like there and I'm throwing in there, then I'll throw the lighter 3/16 Oh, come on. I gotta tighten up my drag. That's what screwed me right there. Had it loose from whenever I had to retie this thing. I think it's definitely the Procure that's doing it for me. So every time I put a fresh little dab of Procure on these lures, I'm getting the bite. I was a little further out than I wanted to be, but see, we're at about 5 foot right here, so it's pretty deep all the way up to the grass line. That's why I'm throwing a heavier jig head out here, and it just makes throwing with this wind a little bit easier. But yeah, so I'm just starting out the channel. So if there's any content that you guys would like to see, or different camera angles, whatever, please let me know. And also like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out being new to this and getting started out. But I'm here to learn with you, not by myself. So if anybody has tips, tricks, what works for them, I'll share what I know, and hopefully build a community that shares what they know to all help each other out. That was a little bit better. Ooh, that looked good. What was that? Let's see if we can find out. Stuck in the grass. I might reposition here. I think if I move out, I can probably hit it in there a little bit easier. Let's try right here. See if I can put one right on that little piece of grass right there. That's a mullet. There we go. So I'll put it right on the bank and then drag it right past this grass line. That's where I got that last bite. Oh man, was not ready for that one. All right, let's Procure it up again. Yeah, those are holes for a spud pole, but they are excellent temporary rod holders. Just a drop on each side, rub it in real good. Alright, I am not gonna miss another bite. It's not gonna happen. Alright, we moved down to another drain. Already getting bites. Oh, man. I might just have to let them eat a little bit more. I'm getting ready to just put this on my casting reel because I am tired of throwing this thing into the grass. I've done that like 4 times already today. That's perfect. If I could just do that every time, it would be great. Is that a bass? Oh, flounder, let's go. Oh, that was red right there. That's probably what hit me the first time. I think this is one of my best trips in this fall so far. Not a huge guy, but We'll take it. All right, buddy, let me get this out of here. NLBNs, man, they're producing. You know, don't flop on me, all right? Are you gonna relax for like 2 seconds? There you go, good boy. Oh yeah. Oh. That's number 1, 2, 3. 2 reds and a flounder. Nothing huge, but we're catching fish. That's all I care about. Thanks, buddy. All right. Let's get us another one. I wish I would have got some ice. I'd be putting fish in the box. Ooh, that was a little far. Whoa! I swear this trolling motor has it out for me. Thought I felt one. I think I'm hitting submerged grass right there. I think that's what that is. Because every time I come right past that point, it feels like I'm hitting something. It feels like a fish, but I think that's just because I'm dragging it through the grass. This is definitely a deeper inlet, because I'm not even really feeling bottom with this 1/4 ounce on. I mean, I'm in 6 foot right here with the boat, so it feels like it's probably about the same over there. Yeah, I think there's some grass right there. Perfect. Every time. You do that every time. Well, this is how you get better at fishing. At least in my opinion, best way to learn is to just go somewhere and figure it out as you go. Because I had no idea what was going on, no plan whenever I came out here, and ugh, bad cast, but we're still getting on some fish. And also, huge plug to, if y'all haven't heard of Flats Class University, Captain C.A. Richardson on YouTube. He is just a wealth of knowledge, and he shares it for free. So definitely stop by his channel, because that's like my my fishing college. Like, I learned so much just watching his YouTube videos. I've probably been casting here for too long. I want to go fish in there. So I'm gonna take that as my cue to get out of here and get home for dinner. So we got 2 reds, 1 flounder, 1 maybe just under slot red, a rat red, and a small little flounder. So all in all, not a bad day whenever I came out here. Not expecting to catch anything, and just to run this boat with a new jack plate on and see if it's working. But until next time, we're gonna head back.